Happy birthday, Michael. Gosh, you're 63 now. Wow, isn't that great? Well, I just had to come on today and wish you a very, very happy birthday. I know you're trending on Twitter. Hashtag Michael Jackson is trending on Twitter. And I know you're having your big event in Las Vegas. I'm sorry I'm not there. But I think TJ's there, Taj is there, Prince is there, and maybe other family members are there as well. Oh, BG's there, because I saw a picture, I think it was TJ and BG. But I know Prince is there, and Taj said he was going. So I know there's a lot of stuff that's going on. You guys can search the internet and find out, who's all there at the Michael Jackson one in Las Vegas for the celebration. It's a 2-day celebration from the 28th to the 29th. All right. Now, guys, I found out the last little piece I promised you, right? I promised you guys in my last live that I had some information that I was going to share with you. All right. So, cryonics. Okay, I'm going to start with this. Okay, you know how you do math and you first learn how to multiply and then you divide and you go backwards and forwards just to double check your work, and you learn that in elementary school, right? How to make sure that something is true and complete, because you study it forward, and if it does it backwards, then it's correct, right? We remember that, don't we? I know we got to go way back to the 4th grade, but we remember that. At least I remember it. So, I'm going to start off with this comment right here, which was from World Weekly News. And you guys who have watched the Alive trilogy, you guys know World Weekly News 5 days before said Michael Jackson plans to fake his death. And then on the day of, there was an article saying Michael Jackson faked his death, right? So that lets you know that it was pre-planned, right? And how did they know? So anyway, there was this comment on June 26th. This comment right here is June 26, 2009 at 2:38 a.m. So we're about at 12 hours after the death announcement, if it's Pacific Standard Time, right? So less than 24 hours for sure. Okay, so somebody wrote, this is a comment that somebody wrote for World Weekly News on this article, Michael Jackson faked his own death. And see the date, June 25th, 2009 by Ali Pruitt, right? All right, on the day of, right? So here's a comment that somebody wrote. They wrote, a friend of mine who works for the fire department near UCLA has spoken to the paramedics who tried to save Jackson's life. Both paramedics have told him that the scene on arrival at the star's home had an unusual feel about it, that something seemed out of place. On examining the star's collapsed body, it was clear that he had undergone recent surgery and didn't look like any of the photos the paramedics had seen. Both are uncertain that the person they took to UCLA was indeed the 50-year-old pop star. All right, so we got lots and lots of stuff that tells us that that dead body wasn't Michael's, okay? Lots and lots of stuff. They said, but are uncertain that the person was Michael, right? It wasn't, okay? Because I didn't find this until like a year ago, right? Guys, I think I found this. Let me see. Let me see when I saved this. File info. I saved this. My computer is slow because it's old and I keep using the old computer. August 21st, 2000. No. That's, when did I first save it? Well, I saved it here. But anyway, it's about a year ago that I found it, okay? I just resaved it a few days ago. All right. So, we went forward and we found out the dead body wasn't Michael's, right? We went forward. And with all, even if you look at my first Alive, and I say, but what if the body wasn't really his, right? Because that's the only way you can be dead and alive at the same time, right? Is that somebody else is dead and they think you're dead, but you're not, right? Now, I've looked through this up and down and sideways, 12-year investigation, and there's no proof that Michael Jackson committed any crimes, okay? Now, with the undergone recent surgery, I told you guys that it was a body double, And just like in A Prisoner of Fame, I explain it to you based on stuff that I have learned, right? I didn't just willy-nilly make up stuff, right? Except for there's one little part that I did for dramatic purposes. You guys know what it is, okay? If you haven't, please watch A Prisoner of Fame. It's free for now. I might take it off, but it's free for now, and it's on my YouTube channel. The full short film, which is 21 minutes with Alive commercials in it. But anyway, so there was a body double. It had recent surgery. And how do you have surgery and let the skin heal while if you're, clinically dead? They told us. Wolf Blitzer told us that Michael Jackson was in a coma.
Is in a coma at UCLA Medical Center, suffered from cardiac arrest, and is now in a coma at the UCLA Medical Center.
So if you donate your body to science and you say you give permission ahead of time, because there's organizations where you are a donor, or you give your next of kin permission that if I'm in a coma for longer than such and such, just declare me dead. Donate my body to science. You can do that, right? They operated when the body was in a coma. Or as soon as it was legally dead, they put it in a coma, because your skin cells don't die the minute you're legally dead. They take a few days to die, your skin cells. So your body can still heal itself from surgery. So it was in a coma, and it was donated to science. And even if you donated to science, they say, this one organization said, let me see if I saved it. This one organization said, there's no exceptions, no restrictions. We own your body. We own your body. Okay? There's no ifs, ands, neither, either, but, ors, even cryonics. They have to have full control ownership of your body, and you have to relinquish that, because they can't be sued for anything. They can't be sued. So that's how he did it. The body was in a coma, and it was donated to science. And we don't know what the brain activity was, because remember, the Dr. Schaefer said he never got any of the brain analysis. Even Dr. Murray in Alive 4, I tell you that they never tested the brain, or they never got the results of the brain. Okay? So that's how he did it. The body was in a coma. And that's when they did the operation of the surgery, and that's why the body was able to heal. But it probably didn't heal because why would they say it looked like it had undergone recent surgery? Right? We figured it out forward. Now I come back year 11, and then I find this comment. So that's what it was. It was a cryonic body double, which I have already told you guys, but people were saying, oh, but they put this in your body and the crystals and all this and all that. They have stuff that's antifreeze, so without crystals. They've been doing blood transfusions since the 1600s. Okay? Everything matches. Propofol is used in cryonic freezing. Okay? And if you're doing surgery on a comatose body, that's legally dead. Okay, that's legally dead. Okay, so it's a fine line between coma and legally dead. Fine line between that, right? So, Michael did it for the sake of science. And that's how you can get away with it, from the sake of science. And somebody donated their body to science. Michael didn't break any laws whatsoever. And I bet you he advanced science, okay, by doing certain things and donating certain amount of money to science. He just wouldn't do it just for me. He's going to say, okay, I need another benefit. I need a benefit towards the study of cryonics. I need a benefit towards the study of operating on people that are in comas. And all operations, you're in a coma, right? All operations, you're in a coma, because they purposely put you under aesthetics. Now, the reason for the propofol, Dr. Murray, we have no proof Dr. Murray ever gave Michael propofol, because he kept no medical records. The propofol had that little plastic tab that you hang it up. None of those were pulled. So I think the propofol was all props because they knew the propofol was in the body. And then the flumazenil, okay, for a benzodiazepine overdose. In 2007 and 8, they did advances in reversing overdoses of benzodiazepines, and they had a new type of drug called, well, they advanced it, flumazenil. And so that's why they did all this with resuscitation, okay? Notice that in Alive 2, when Jermaine gives his almost exact Elvis is dead analysis, but puts Michael in there, okay, which I do a comparison, right? But the first Alive, that's in Alive 3, but in Alive 2, he mentions resuscitation I don't know how many times. I keep telling you guys, I pop up the word resuscitation, so that Michael Jackson did not break any laws by doing what he did. And I'm sure he advanced cryonics, he advanced science, he donated money. I'm sure he did, because he would know that that would be his ticket to where he wouldn't be in any kind of trouble. Now, somebody brought up to me, you guys know Smooth Criminal and Annie, Are You Okay? Annie, Are You Okay? Right? Annie, Are You Okay? Is about the doll, the resuscitation doll. Okay, and even in that song, it sounds like he says Dr. Murray in it. You guys can go, there's videos on it and all this other stuff. But did you guys know that Michael almost drowned in Malibu in the Pacific Ocean in 1984, and Jermaine saved his life? And Michael went to I got a few more minutes and I gotta go, right? And Michael was sent to the hospital in an ambulance. Okay, you guys remember that? There's a show called Close Call that Jermaine was in. Anyway, I bet you that's when Michael got really interested in medicine and in science and resuscitation, because Smooth Criminal's on the Bad album, and the Bad album came out in 87, which means he was working on it before then. So he had the scare in 84, and then he probably just got interested, just like he's very interested in just things outside of the studio, you know, outside of his controlled environment. So whenever he was able to go outside of his controlled environment, it was of extra curiosity to him, because he was somebody that was always contained, you know, always, he was always in a secured place. There were always people watching him. They were always, just like when he went to jail because of something happened with his car, and he got pulled over by the police, and they had to come get him out of jail because, you know, a black man ain't supposed to be driving an expensive car. It was either a Mercedes or Rolls Royce. And he said to his mother, well, at least I got to experience that. So whenever he experiences something, and that's probably what got him really interested in police brutality and, you know, just a whole lot of stuff that he sang about as well. And racism and all that other stuff, which, you know, they try, even Motown tried to say, we're not going to be political. We're not going to be too political, right? Because Motown wasn't. And then Marvin Gaye, he got real political in the album What's Going On. All right, so that is it. The operation happened when the body was in a coma, almost pronounced dead. Okay, or as soon as the body was pronounced dead, they did surgery, and then there's breathing things, there's things to keep your heart pumping, there's all kinds of stuff that they can do to keep you artificially alive, and that's when they do the surgery, and then then the skin cells don't die, and they can heal, and you put medicine on it, and it can heal. Okay, so I'm done. Okay, this investigation into Michael Jackson faking his death right now is complete. Everything is answered. Okay, everything is answered. You just have to watch Alive 1, 2, 3, 4, read Pseudocide, watch A Prisoner of Fame, and I will hopefully, in the beginning of January of 2022, hopefully I will be making Alive 5, Michael Jackson, the final episode. And then I'm done. You got 7 pieces. You got 5 documentaries. You got the e-movie book, Pseudocide, Did Michael Jackson Fake His Death to Save His Life? And you have The Prisoner of Fame. So one more documentary, guys, and then I am finished. I am finished. Okay. That's it. And happy birthday, Michael. And I hope you're having fun wherever you are, you know, and we're just so glad that you're alive. And we thank you for all the years of entertainment, all the years of excitement, all the years of fun, all the joy you brought to us. You know, thank you, thank you, thank you. And we all love you and we wish you the best. Okay, bye guys.